rise and follow with a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Can we have a roll call, please?
Terry Reed,
Here.
Bill Niemeyer,
Here.
Brian Hartley,
Here.
Chad Melunder,
Here.
Ethan Maple.
Here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Moving on to our claims, we're going to be looking at approvals for APVs number 28149 through 28209.
I'll make a motion to approve APVs 28149 through 28209 as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second that motion.
Thank you very much. Any questions? Motion made by Chad, seconded by Bill. All those in favor say aye.
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 We're looking for approval of SRF claims.
I'll make a motion that we approve the SRF claims as presented.
I second.
Any questions related to those claims? The motion made by Ryan, seconded by Terry. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Those are approved as well. Moving on to minutes from our meeting on August 6th.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from our meeting of August 6th as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second.
Any adjustments, changes, thoughts on those minutes that you all have reviewed? Not hearing any. The motion was made by Bill for approval, seconded by Ryan. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you very much. We do create space on our agenda for public comments, limited to 3 minutes on any item on our agenda. And so if there is an item on an agenda that you would like to speak to, this would be an opportunity for you to do so. We just invite you to come to the podium, share your name, address, or organization, and all that. Going once, going twice, sold. Moving forward with some old business that we have second readings on for a couple of these ordinances. Our infamous animal ordinance.
Infamous.
It is infamous. You don't think so?
No, I do think so.
Okay. We have spent a lot of time talking about this. We approved the first reading at our last meeting, so the second is in front of us. Do we have any motions?
I'll make a motion to approve the amendment to Animal Ordinance 080625A.
I'll second that fine motion.
Thank you, Chad and Bill. Any further conversation or discussion since our first approval? All right. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That passes. Thank you. And a second reading for our Architectural Review Committee, Ordinance 080625. Anyone have any thoughts, motions, suggestions on that?
I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 080625 on second reading this evening, establishing an architectural review committee.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of approving that ordinance for Architectural Review Committee, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? All right. As we look at some new business, this petition, we're holding off on that petition, or are we moving forward with it?
We're holding off the petition. We had a slot for approval of the fiscal plan, but we need to wait for that public hearing on September 3rd, so we'll get that next.
Okay, great. Speaking of kind of our budget process and budget workshop, we have a couple dates in mind for that. Brian, you want to review those dates that we discussed? Do you have those in front of you?
No, I don't have the dates with me, but the date we were going to discuss was the date that you guys scheduled, I thought, for the workshop.
Right, so the workshop would be the 4th of September. So we will have a public workshop on the 4th to work on our budget. Council has kind of been communicated that.
What time?
What time did we say? We said 6 for the workshop.
Thank you.
And then the public hearing for our budget would be on the 17th. Is that correct? So for public,
17, is that correct?
make note of that. We would love to have input, comments, and thoughts. Is that date wrong? Did I have the date wrong, Yvonne?
Yep.
I
think
did?
so.
I had it wrong?
You're right.
I'm right?
Just
I can't, am I right or wrong?
You are right.
You're right. Okay.
That's a bingo.
Can you please speak into the microphone?
Perfect, Mr. President.
Wow.
So the workshop on the 4th, again, that's not a regular meeting. That's a Thursday evening, an opportunity to workshop the budget. Public hearing for the work done at said workshop would be on the 17th, in the midst, or right before our regular meeting, right? So a 6 o'clock public hearing, are we gonna do that, or 6:30?
It can go in the meeting.
It can go in the meeting.
Regular meeting at 7 o'clock.
Got it.
It shouldn't take very long.
Especially if we do the work at the workshop.
That's the idea.
And we workshop the idea.
Hammer it out.
We've workshopped the workshop idea.
At the workshop.
We're done.
Yeah. Public hearing.
Okay, so that's kind of communication about the budget process. Always a fun time as we look ahead of things. Any other questions that you guys have about that? More math, more math. We also have in front of us the work that was just completed by the Plan Commission, looking at the ordinance amending the Healthway Park UDP, number 082025.
I will make a motion to approve ordinance 082025 as presented.
I'll second.
Do we have to have 2 readings on that one? Just, okay, so first reading.
On first reading.
Are we making a motion to do it on the first reading?
Let's see how the vote goes on the first reading.
On the first vote?
Yeah. Because if it's unanimous, then and only then could you consider a second
Okay,
reading.
so we're gonna take a vote on it, and then we're gonna have a decision to make. Okay, so we have who made the motion? And
I
you
made the
seconded it?
motion, Ryan seconded.
Perfect. All right, Chad made the motion, Ryan seconded it. Any further discussion on it? We just had lots.
There was a lot of discussion, I think everybody was here.
All right, good. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That sounded pretty unanimous. Would anybody like to consider approving this ordinance on first reading?
We just did.
No, we do. We have to. Don't we have to make a motion to approve it on first reading?
Motion to suspend the rules and
See,
approve on first
see,
reading. And it has to be unanimous consent.
we have to unanimously approve it and unanimously approve the consent and the
approval.
first reading and all the things.
Okay, you make the second motion.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we approve ordinance 082025 on first reading.
I'll
To
sec-
suspend the motion, suspend the meeting, suspend the rules.
Suspend the rules.
We're suspending something.
You're
I'll
suspending the rules.
second that fine
Is there
motion.
anything else you need, Zach?
The first thing we need to do is get unanimous consent to suspend the rules and pass on first reading, so let's do that.
Is that your
and then we
motion?
can-
I would like, that's my motion, to suspend the rules for unanimous consent on first reading.
I'll second that fine motion.
Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. Any discussion, conversation around that? You guys are wonderful. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? That was unanimous. Well done.
Okay, Zach, what should we do now?
No, I know this. We're gonna make a motion to approve it on first reading.
Exactly.
Dang. See?
I'll second.
So did we really need to first approve?
No,
No.
Bill wanted to test the waters.
Okay, so I'm gonna mix the.
You can
Thank
nix
you.
the first one.
Well, then I'll make a motion to approve ordinance 082025 on first reading.
I'll second.
Wonderful. Any further discussion or comments? Nope. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Okay, the ordinance has been approved. Thank you very much.
I've got some gray hair after that.
We done.
I have no idea what just happened.
What, did you have?
I heard you say first reading. I didn't think I
Well,
heard
we
you say
sus-
second reading.
We just approved it on first reading.
Yes.
They can approve on first reading as long as all council members agree to so.
Would you rather us not do that?
No, we're good. We don't have to come back in 2 weeks for another reading?
Zach, for the record, should I make a
No, you're good.
motion for the second reading?
Do you want to have more discussion?
Yeah, would you like, anything else you'd like to add? Anything you
No,
want
I'm
us?
getting out of here earlier than I thought. I appreciate your patience in waiting for us in the first meeting. So
Thank you all.
thank you all very, very much.
Thank
You're-
you.
You're welcome. I guess y'all are gonna leave now.
You're welcome.
We
to.
should have waited. We, you're very welcome.
Yours as well.
Safe travels.
Thank you, everybody.
They could approve the second reading, they could suspend it, go approve on the second reading tonight too.
Well, we just did.
We did.
By suspending and approving the second time on first reading, that is actually the second reading. There's the second, first,
third time?
No, we're good.
We actually did approve it 3 times.
3 times.
Bill wanted to test the water with a pre-approval, and then approval, and then approval. We we don't really anything council, but we don't have anything on the agenda for continued council conversations. Anything that you all want to make sure we're bringing up and having discussions over tonight? Okay, how about any legal updates?
Yeah.
My mic's off.
Yeah.
A couple of things we're working on. First is as you mentioned, the voluntary annexation, which we'll have ready for you on September 3rd. Also, if you recall last meeting, we spoke about the policy regarding the requesting of body cam footage and how Chief spends a considerable amount of time going through that. So we've got a policy drafted, and then we will also present a resolution so that you all can adopt that policy.
Is that policy that you are crafting currently? Is it specifically identifying body cams?
It is.
Can we expand that to also include fleet cameras? Is that how you would propose that? In vehicle cameras?
Yeah,
All the same companies, so.
yeah. The statute covers any camera footage that is or recording that is requested, so we can
Okay.
get that in there. Yeah.
Blanket.
Yeah, and
I just don't want it to be limited to body if we look ahead and
Yeah,
are,
that's a good point.
going to add cameras in the car.
no taken. I'll add that. Yeah, the most you can charge in the statute is $150. So,
Might as well just lump it all in there.
Yeah. Great.
Perfect. Anything else?
that's it.
Wonderful. Moving on to department reports. Jim, what do you got for us?
Nothing. I appreciate you guys getting everything done with Carlos today. I'm real excited about it. We've had some good conversations, and I think we'll continue this relationship. We did get the slab poured today back at the wastewater plant.
Yeah.
Close to 2,000 yards poured out today. They had 2 pump trucks, and I think close to 200 trucks. So
How did that
maybe a
affect
little
you
over
guys?
200.
It actually was pretty smooth. We had a late delivery, but they were done before.
They were done.
15 or whatever.
Yeah, about 1:30, 2 o'clock, they were actually finished pouring, so I was pretty amazed. So we
Is it-
started,
Picture of it, if everybody wants to see it,
Yeah.
big swimming pool.
yes.
It'll be real nice. Just get it before the groundwater goes.
That's the country club.
Never thought I'd be excited about that. I am.
Very.
That said, I mean, that's a key part of that wastewater plant. Now they can just start building off that. Anytime a foundation or a floor like that's finished, shouldn't be any issues going forward. They'll keep their schedule, so excited about it.
Great.
And I understand that Al kind of stepped in there on our behalf and our best interest there, because I think there was some testing that needed to be done and they were gonna pour, which is why the pour got pushed off, because they needed to finish that testing, so Al, on our behalf, stepped in there and made sure that was done correctly, so we appreciate Commonwealth.
They did. They had some problems in Greenfield testing after, which that's our contract read. It didn't state when they had to test it, whether it was poured or not. And Greenfield did the same. They had some issues under the slab or the pipe under the ground. So it's probably about $1 million, I think, on repairs over there that Wilhelm's going to have to, remedy. So, yeah, we didn't want it. Yeah.
Good. Anything else, Jim?
That's it. Thank you.
Steve?
The community crossings project that started in town, they did the crack sealing. It's kind of gonna be split up into 3 phases. Crack sealing's done, then they're gonna come in with patching, and then once patching is done, 2 different vendors under paving solution. So once the patching is done, then paving solutions will come in and do the double microsurface. I'm hoping to get all this done before the next round of community crossing is due in October. Right now, we're going out grading roads and putting together a grant for that. Keep in mind that community crossing's been slashed by probably more than half on funding, cap now at 100 million. So I'd say any application that goes in is going to be under some optics. So fingers crossed on that. And we also have we did have a budget meeting. I talked to Jared and he said we had some money that we could do a sidewalk project in town. For some of the older subdivisions, I'd say 25 to 30 years old, they're in desperate need of some sidewalk rehab work. I mean, Yvonne will tell you there's a trip hazard in front of her house about 2.5 to 3 inches. So we went through and sprayed them, different sections in the subdivisions, and we got some money to throw at that, get that done. I've got 3 contractors that are due back with bids within the next week or 2. Read the neighborhoods and seeing that you've been marking squares, so that I've been through some neighborhoods on my golf cart, seeing that you've been marking squares, so.
I trip on the same one every day,
Where you
and
at?
it was marked, so I was pretty excited about it.
What neighborhood?
Cypress Creek.
Oh, yeah, that was, honestly, that was by far the most sections of sidewalk there. We have probably double of any other. There's some bad ones in there. So,
Problem is, I trip on the same one.
Do you have anything to fix Chad?
Interested.
that's above my pay grade.
Okay, all right. Good move.
All right.
One more thing for me, Ethan.
Yes, sir.
Gary Poole and myself and the school, we met about the light out here at Ventnor Road and US 52. NDOT has been out, and you'll see that they've got an apparatus out there. They're doing a traffic count now.
Great.
They said that, just talking with the guy in general, that's about a 6-year project out if it was awarded. And like Gary said, because it's driven on accidents, we just don't have a lot of accidents. So it's probably the easiest way is, if there was a way that we could fund that, maybe with the school, the township, and the town, that would make that project go fairly quick. To me, we don't have the wrecks there. We just have the vision. There's a big guy at the front door. Yeah. So anyways, so I'm glad that NDOT has stepped in and they're looking into that. So,
Do we have any idea of what a cost for something like that is? Do you know how much?
A lot.
it's a lot. Yeah.
It's a lot.
Hundreds of thousands.
Okay. Fair enough.
Big sale,
Yeah.
the same,
It's a lot of IOUs.
at the pub,
Well,
On Monday night.
it could,
in their parking lot,
it could only benefit
take
you.
up some parking spots.
Yvonne, do you have anything for tonight?
Yeah, Jen and I just did another 5-day training and conference. We're learning more than we ever thought we needed to know, but it's very helpful. A lot going on, a lot of changes with the legislative decisions that were made this year. And rules are still being written. We really don't know how much money we're going to get down the road. For 2026, we started on the budget. 2026 should be fairly even keel with what we've been experiencing income-wise with the town. But after that, it's gonna be a lot less money. And we just don't know yet because, there's still a bunch of attorneys writing rules and legislators making decisions on the nitty-gritty and all that. So the jury's out how that's gonna happen. But once I get more information, I can share. We also signed up, a total of 7 people to go to the AIM Idea Summit, which I'm really excited about. It's a huge investment by our town council and our staff in the knowledge that we'll have in the town on how to deal with things. So I'm excited about that. AIM Idea Summit has 2 days in October at French Lick, and that should be a really good summit. I have one other thing, a question. We had a lady come in who was in a bit of a panic. She paid her utility bill, but instead of the utility payment of $98.08, we received a check for $1,500 that should have gone to her mortgage company. And the mortgage company only received the $98 that should have come on her wastewater.
What an incredible
bill.
donation for
So
our
she's a
wastewater
little
treatment plant.
panicked. We would like to give her the overpayment back, but I couldn't get it on this round of APVs. So because it came in literally the day after we had submitted it to you, I'm wondering if you will give me permission to go ahead and refund her that overage so she can pay her mortgage.
I'll make a,
Absolutely.
You go ahead.
nope, you were faster.
I don't even think it needs a motion.
Well,
I think
I-
it fits within the scope that we've already given you permission for.
Not necessarily.
I'll make a motion that we authorize Yvonne to issue a refund for the overpayment.
I'll second. I'll second.
All third, Terry
You
Force.
guys are on.
I seconded
It'll
it
just,
before he did.
Yeah, Terry
it'll
seconded
make
it.
her.
Hey, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Dang.
taking care of her.
Yep, no problem.
And I have one thing to add under Yvonne's area. While we were in our training, one of the things that came up was clerk treasurers across the state are having a terrible problem with companies trying to use public records to get information that they then use as a commercial purpose. So they want all of our vendors and all of our invoices for the last 2 years, things like that. So a lot of the clerk treasurers have an ordinance on file now that is, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'll let you finish.
Okay. An ordinance to prohibit the use of public records for commercial purposes. And Yvonne and I have talked a lot about this, think it would be a good idea if we kind of try to do something like that here. And if you all agree with that, I will work with Zach to help with that. It eliminates a lot of things that we would have to do that is not needed.
How is it determined what's public and what's commercial? Like how? Is
I
it-
would agree, but even before we get there, isn't it public record? Can't
Yes,
we
it is.
say this is public record
Yeah. It's
and
not-
send them the website?
Yeah.
So anytime anybody's making any of those requests that are something that can be got, that can be,
Something-
I started to correct myself, okay?
Obtain,
To create records that,
don't exist.
or you don't have to create records to fulfill a request.
Correct.
What
So if
we're
there's something that's
asking
on-
for is usually you ask, if somebody comes for a public record request, it has to be specific and they have to pinpoint specifically what they want. So a bill from a particular date or, a certain amount, they have to have certain details in order to request it. What we're finding is that we're getting a lot of email requests where random people from random locations around the world request all of the records for this series of years following these parameters. It is so broad that if we were to try to fill that, we wouldn't have enough office hours to do that. So, and your local residents aren't gonna ask for 2 years of bills, that we pay to Comcast, for instance. That is not of interest to a local resident, but it is of interest to somebody who is trying to, take that information and make a stand on social media or to use it for their marketing purposes.
So can you simply respond, this is not a proper request, period?
Well,
Would you feel better if we had an ordinance?
I think we should do the ordinance to make you guys feel better, but I also don't want you to even have to worry about.
But
My
it
always comes with
allows-
request.
it
My-
can
my-
Send that ordinance as a response.
Right.
I'm fine with that.
My question is, how do you determine whether it's being used for commercial? Because they can say, well, I'm not using it for commercial purposes. I'm using it for these purposes.
If it's a local resident, I think that we would be much more inclined to go out of our way to get exactly what people want. But if it's somebody from Texas, random, who has some kind of a company name in their email address or cannot state specifically what they need it for, that's when we can go, hey, look, we don't do this for commercial purposes. And we can
It
send
also
the
has a lot of
ordinance.
Indiana code in it, like the examples of the,
Open door.
ordinances we have. So I was gonna have Zach kind of look over it, but it does specify in Indiana code, specifically permits cities to prohibit the use of such and such because of this code. So there is Indiana code in it.
Please move forward
Okay,
with getting
Yep.
with Zach.
Send
give
it
us
to
an
me and-
ordinance.
okay.
Sounds like it'll be helpful.
Yeah, the legal language of the Indiana code stuff might be enough to be like, yeah, I'm not messing with that. They sound like they got their stuff together.
Yep.
So we appreciate that. Thank you.
I do want to say though, I know there's a lot of requests and records and stuff that come for you guys. Like we need to look at what we are obligated to
It's
and
been
what.
pretty quiet for a while. So
Okay.
if you could
All right.
not, like-
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till that shows up on the.
Tomorrow, when it comes, I'm gonna call you back.
You have anything from the police department that needs to be lifted up?
Chief's out of town. We're staying vigilant, trying to keep the over 10,000-pound vehicles off the bridge. So
Have you had any?
we have had a bunch.
Oh, really?
With that being said, I think that all the delivery drivers and/or construction crews are very clear about the potential penalty, and they are seeking alternate routes now. So
That's phenomenal.
Wonderful.
Tyler, I'd like to say thank you for the presence on Main Street during the school hours. I think it's well received and folks are slowing down and that's exactly what we want. So thank you.
you're welcome.
Did you get let off with a warning? Outside? Hopefully.
Chief's going back to a headache with one of the new Tahoes. So.
Okay.
Back to the bridge, if only now you could get people to slow down.
Absolutely.
I saw a guy, a pickup truck with a big trailer flying over it this morning.
And I hauled the kids, which are designed that were skateboarding down the bridge, thinking that nothing was ever gonna hurt them. It's 2 teenagers and maybe a 7. That's really.
Well, thank you for all you do.
Thank you, guys.
All right, we have room on our agenda for public comments about anything. If anybody would like to make public comments, this is your opportunity. For said public.
The anticipation is killing me.
Yes, ma'am.
Penny Hildebrandt, 19 South Bittner.
Got it.
I just want to say thanks to you guys as well, because we've had a couple of issues over in the parking lot with kids flying through. It is what it is. But we had somebody sitting out there the other day. They were a little sneaky, waiting. And so just the presence, it was appreciated. They really slowed down, and I think people noticed it, so we do appreciate it. That's it. That's all I got.
That's it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comments from public? Council comments then. Chad?
No, we talked a lot about everything. I don't have anything to add.
Bill?
No, nothing. Thank you.
No.
Ryan?
Yeah, I got some.
I'm going to go back to Terry. I didn't even call on her yet.
She said, I want to appreciate Kroger's willingness to come here, for them to take the time and put the effort in, the hospital as well. Really looking forward to this. It's been a lot of work in our future, but I think it's all positive for the town, so.
Wonderful. Anything else?
I'm sure I'll think of something later, but I'm good for now.
Terry, do you have anything?
I do not.
Oh, okay. Thanks. I'll simply add, got a quick tour of Ashton Acres a little early, and beautiful facility, and appreciate them meeting. Was that going to be yours?
Yeah, that too.
Okay.
I want to double what you said.
Meeting with us and sharing a little bit about their housing. By the end of this month, they expect to have 20 residents, 20 apartments already. It's a 50 apartment unit, but we got in there kind of a sneak peek. I would encourage people to put September 17th on their calendar. That's going to be a community open house from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Just a great opportunity to check out that new space in our community. And I think I hope that they are as encouraging for our community to use the shelter house in front of the pond, because it is a beautiful place to sit and be, and I'm excited for that to get filled up as quickly as possible, because I really think it will. Not only does it serve an age population, but also an economic population, or an income population for our community that's in desperate need. They're starting their rents will be somewhere between $650 and $950 a month for those units. So they're going to be meeting a need that we don't have otherwise here in New Pal. I also just want to appreciate Shreve's office. Congressman Shreve office met with us to help us think through and process different ways to tap into potential funding for projects in town, and just a recognition that our congressman's working for New Pal, and I appreciate the time and effort their office put in that. I appreciate the staff's time. We had kind of a budget conversation. Terry and I met with staff and our department heads yesterday, and just to appreciate the time and energy that is going into the budget, making sure we are doing our due diligence. And finally, football season starts, as well as all of the fall sports. So don't want to overshadow soccer and cross country and all the other sports and athletes that we have in our schools. But as football starts and we go out there, stick around for the marching band, because they're pretty awesome too. That's all I have. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion that we adjourn.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.